Hey guys, welcome to another video. Also, like and subscribe and leave a comment. We can all read, so make sure it's eight, okay?
Hi everyone, I'm Jocelyn with the Vintage Bloom, and we are out in our potatoes today. This is our first year growing potatoes in such a quantity. Last year we just had two planters and we had like a couple of potatoes in it. So we don't really know much about potatoes, but we came out here the other day and there was like a bunch of holes in the leaves of our potatoes and we haven't harvested any yet. And so I was like, you know, what's going on? They can't be dying yet. We don't have any potatoes coming out. And so we're infested with potato bugs. That's what it boils down to. I've never dealt with them because we only have had the two plants from last year. I don't want to put chemicals on the plants. I just want to stay as chemical free as possible. So I found that the best way supposedly is to get a little thing of soapy water and come out and hand pick all the bugs off and drop them in there. I'm disgusted. I do not want to do this, but I have my handy dandy gloves, and so I'm gonna go through and pick off as many of these nasty little bugs as I possibly can. And hopefully that saves our potato plants, because apparently if you lose 15% of your leaf, then it'll start interfering with your crop. And I don't want that. We want as many potatoes as we can. We have two different kinds, and I would be lying if I tried to tell you what they were because I completely forgot. I think one of them was russet and one of them was a red potato. So we were hoping that we wouldn't have to do anything, because most of the bugs were on this one, as you can see. Like, they're tearing my plants up and just everywhere. But as we went through, they're basically on every plant, or they're expanding, I should say. Yesterday when we were picking blackberries over in the wooded area there was a bunch of orange eggs on the back of the blackberry leaves, and I was like, oh my gosh, what are those? They're so vivid. It's like a very vivid orange. It looks almost like you don't want to touch that at all. It might be poisonous or something. And so we looked it up, and no, they are the potato bug eggs. So I'm going to go over, after I go through all of these potatoes, and it said the best way to get rid of those eggs are literally to just cut the plant and either burn it or just stomp on it and squish all the eggs. Sounds very violent. I'm killing bugs and squashing eggs today, but that's just what I have to do in order to get some harvest out of these potatoes. I haven't put in all this work to watch it just go away for some bugs. So we'll check back and see how many we can actually find in this. And then these are our amaranth that we have growing. These are the hoppy dye, I want to say is what it was. Hoppy dye amaranth. Yeah. And I don't know if like the bugs are eating these too, but we have like some discoloration going on here. That might be from lack of water as well. I haven't watered these in a couple of days, I think. Yeah, Friday. I think Friday was the last day I watered them, which was a couple of days ago. So we'll water those today. And hopefully if it is the potato bugs that are eating these, that problem goes away. And here's just a little zoom out of everything we have going on. And I will make a video that shows everything, but right now everything's just so small. Our spring has just been very cold and we haven't really gotten much to go. These are golden amaranth and a bunch of weeds that I need to get. You can see they're still very small, and I planted those, gosh, probably a month ago. That's probably about a month, 2 weeks maybe. But as you can see, everything's just so small, and I just don't feel like a video would do much good if there's really nothing to show. So, back to those potato bugs. As I was getting these bugs, I saw our first potatoes. So there's that one, and then that one. And I checked it, it's not ready yet. So if you don't know how to check a potato, you can just take your finger, and if you rub it and the skin comes off like that right there, it is not ready yet. You shouldn't be able to rub the skin off. So we're just gonna leave those a little bit longer. That one might be ready, so I'm rubbing pretty hard and it's not coming up at all. But it's pretty in there, so I was gonna show you guys. That thing is in there. Okay, so we're just gonna leave that. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm doing. I usually watch a YouTube video from other farmers before I come out and figure out what I'm gonna do for the day. I didn't look up how to harvest potatoes today, unfortunately. So if you're a farmer and you're growing potatoes, please post more videos, because that's how I'm learning. Alright, so I didn't get nearly as many as I thought was going to be on our plants. It seems like the majority of them were on this first initial plant and then the one closest to it. There were a couple that were further along, but once I got away from this particular plant, it was lesser and lesser. Highly suggest getting a little paint cup and using it for water while you're doing this. Didn't weigh too much, and then I also had this bucket so that I could come back and get more water if I needed, but then you don't have to carry around a really heavy bucket. And I also suggest wearing gloves, because quite frankly, that was disgusting. If you so much as touched one of those bugs, it, like, I don't know, it just always left something on my glove fingers, and I don't want that on my hands. And maybe you do, but if you don't wear gloves, yeah, so there's that. I'll probably continue to do this, maybe just make like a little bit of soap water every morning and walk out here, just so that I can stay on top of it now that I know that we are getting potatoes. I was scared for a second that we weren't going to get any, because we just have so much green foliage, and everyone's saying that that means we're high in nitrogen, but we haven't really fertilized, so that just means that our soil is high in nitrogen. I ordered something yesterday from, I think it was Alaska, the brand Alaska. It's a fertilizer. It's a 0-10-10. So we're hoping to get that out since the potatoes are already flowering, so we need to put over some phosphorus. I'll do a video of that as well. I think that's it. That's all I got this time. Thanks for watching. Watch out, Beethoven.